Thank you, Natasha. 3 people dead in a fire on Hamilton Mountain. Mel, what's the latest?
Well, Kev, we have just learned that the home is owned by the city of Hamilton, but we still don't know the relationship of these 3 victims. This fire started in the middle of the night. The bungalow is near Upper Ottawa and Lime Ridge Road. Firefighters found 3 people inside, 1 pronounced at the scene. Paramedics worked to revive the 2 other victims, rushed them to a nearby hospital. Unfortunately, they did not survive. Right now, we don't know their ages or genders or their relationship to one another. Half an hour ago, a spokesperson with Toronto Fire told us more about this home.
It is a home owned by City of Hamilton. It's city housing, which provides housing for individuals in the city who require assisted living. The cause at this time is going to be part of the investigation that the fire marshal investigator will be conducting.
And we want to take you to a live look at the home right now. As you can see, still very much an active investigation. The fire marshal has been called in, trying to figure out how this happened, what the cause may have been. Also, if there were any working smoke alarms inside that house. And we continue to follow breaking news out of London, where police say that 17 people are now dead following that devastating blaze in North Kensington. Dozens remain in hospital, and more questions are being raised about whether it could have been prevented. We're going to take you to a live look at this charred building right now. Police say small pockets of fire still continue to burn at this hour. At least 37 people remain in hospital, 17 of them in critical condition. And right now, many questions surround the cladding on the side of the building and whether that may have fueled the fire, as it was apparently not flame retardant. In an update just moments ago, police addressed the concerns about recent renos on the building.
Grenfell Tower was recently refurbished. Other buildings are refurbished like that. Now, it's too early to say whether that has got any immediate bearing on the fire, but there is work which is going through government, through to local authorities and others.
And the building surveyors to come to a plan as to how we can make the building safe going forward, to allow my firefighters and the police to work closely together to progress through the building, doing a detailed fingertip search, looking for evidence and looking for identification of people who may have been in the building.
While the community struggles to come to terms with this devastating fire, many coming together to grieve. A buffet was set up outside the charred building at sunset last night as survivors and neighbors broke fast for Ramadan. Dozens of people sat down to enjoy homemade food. And we'll have more on this throughout the morning here on BT. A new chapter in the investigation into Russia's role in the U.S. election. The Washington Post reporting that the probe is widening, with special counsel Robert Mueller investigating Donald Trump for possible obstruction of justice. CNN's Reid Binion has the latest developments.
This report in the Washington Post this evening suggests strongly, given 5 different sources, that the scope of the investigation has changed.
Democratic Senator Chris Coons weighing in on a Wednesday report that Justice Department Special Counsel Robert Mueller is investigating President Donald Trump for obstruction of justice. It's the most significant sign yet that the DOJ probe is moving beyond questions of Russian meddling in the 2016 election and possible collusion by Trump associates.
It is now targeted directly at the president and his actions, which may amount to obstruction of justice.
The president has long dismissed the investigation, and a spokesman for Trump's attorney condemned the Post's report, instead taking aim at the leaked information, calling it inexcusable and illegal. But Mueller, as the head of the DOJ's Russia probe, is plowing ahead and will soon speak with 3 top intelligence officials: recently retired Deputy NSA Director Richard Leggett, National Security Agency Director Mike Rogers, and Director of National Intelligence Dan Coats.
We know that President Trump called Dan Coats and Mike Rogers on the phone and asked them both to come out and personally say that there was no evidence of collusion.
The Washington Post's Sari Horowitz speaking to CNN about what the paper reports were Trump's efforts regarding the investigation, and the Post's reporting that the president spoke with Coats about the probe into Michael Flynn's Russia ties.
The president said, can you do something to get FBI Director Comey to back off on the investigation of former National Security Director Flynn.
Both Coats and Rogers have testified that they were not pressured by the Trump administration. I'm Reid Binion reporting.